hope comes to the song in your music? I know you turned $8 million down. You did a great statement. You said you don't want jets, you don't want tour buses. What do you want?
I just want to go back to the woods, honestly. But no, what I really want in the bigger scheme of things is just people to start appreciating each other for human beings and look beyond political differences and ideologies and a lot of things that I see corporate media and education doing, which is making everyone identify each other's differences and not their similarities.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about Oliver Anthony, who became an overnight superstar mainly thanks to conservatives essentially marketing his song for free because of how much conservatives and working class people agree and resonate with the song and the lyrics. Now, again, this guy has achieved stardom and fame overnight because it is a very good song. It is a song that, again, a lot of people can resonate with, especially in this economy. However, Oliver Anthony is coming out and talking about how he's actually kind of annoyed with how some figures in the media and Republican politicians are essentially trying to co-opt the song and make it seem like that he is one of them, or that the song isn't about them, specifically Republican politicians in Washington. And I want to go ahead and play this clip of him coming out and basically expressing his displeasure with how his song, according to him, has been co-opted. And I want to comment on it because it's a pretty interesting take. It's a pretty interesting comment.
So, Governor DeSantis, why is this song striking such a nerve in this country right now? What do you think it means?
Our country is in decline. This decline is not inevitable. It's a choice. We need to send Joe Biden back to his basement and reverse American decline. And it starts with understanding we must reverse Bidenomics so that middle-class families have a chance to succeed again. We cannot succeed as a country if you are working hard and you can't afford groceries, a car, or a new home, while Hunter Biden can make hundreds of thousands of dollars on lousy paintings. That is wrong. We also cannot succeed when the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars. Those rich men north of Richmond have put us in this situation. And finally, we need to lower your gas prices. We're going to open up all energy production. We will be energy dominant again in this country. I showed it could be done in the state of Florida. I pledge to you as your president, we will get the job done, and I will not let you down.
All right, Governor DeSantis, thank you.
Several days later.
I'm disappointed to see, like, it's aggravating seeing people on conservative news try to identify with me like I'm one of them. It's aggravating seeing certain musicians and politicians act like we're buddies and act like we're fighting the same struggle here, like that we're trying to present the same message. You know, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've tried to be polite to everybody, and I've talked to hundreds of people the last 2 weeks. But it seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of this song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating is, well, you know, like, it was funny seeing my song in the, it was funny seeing it at the presidential debate, because it's like, I wrote that song about those people, you know? So for them to have to sit there and listen to that, that cracks me up. But it was funny kind of seeing the response to it. Like, that song has nothing to do with Joe Biden, you know? It's a lot bigger than Joe Biden. That song is written about the people on that stage, and a lot more too, not just them, but definitely them.
Yeah, so apparently, you know, Mr. Anthony has some issues with Fox News using the song, even though I believe that Fox News did ask for permission to use it at the debate, and he accepted. He went on to say that, quote, we've got to go back to the roots of what made this country great in the first place, which was our sense of community. I mean, we are the melting pot of the world, and that's what makes us strong in our diversity. We need to learn how to harness that and appreciate it and not use it as a political tool to keep everyone separate from each other, he said. Later on Friday, he tweeted, quote, I don't support either side politically, not the left, not the right. I'm about supporting people and restoring local communities. Now go breathe some fresh air and relax, please. I'm not worth obsessing over. I promise. Go spend time with your loved ones. Okay, so here's the thing. Honestly, I don't really have much of a problem with what he said. I mean, like, he has the right to have his opinion. And I think to a certain extent, his opinion is valid in the sense that, I mean, it's kind of funny that the Republicans on stage didn't think that Mr. Anthony was talking about them, right? I mean, I think he's talking about all the politicians, because all the politicians, to a certain extent, have sold us out, okay? Both parties are essentially the opposite side of the same coin, okay? I think everybody knows that. But I think the one thing I do disagree with him on is this idea, well, it's not political. Well, I mean, the song's about politicians, so by definition, it is political. It may not be partisan, but it's definitely political. And to say that it's not about Joe Biden, is bigger than Joe Biden, is true. However, what you're singing about, which is the state of the economy and how hard it is, you know, as working class Americans, and, you know, how the government has contributed to that. Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of throw some blame on Joe Biden because this is his economy. And there's no doubt that Americans are feeling the brunt of Joe Biden's economy.
Guys, I don't know how the average American is making it right now, because from the looks of it, things are just going to hell. For example, if you want to rent an apartment, the landlord wants proof of income 3 times the rent. And out here in northern New Jersey, that means a 1-bedroom, you got to be making 30 to 50% more than the national average. The groceries have gone up like crazy. It's like, it seems like it keeps creeping up ever so slightly, but after 3-4 months, you feel like it's a you know, you feel the increase. Because last year, I would be shopping for myself alone twice a week, and it would run me about $80 each trip. Now it's costing me like $125 to $140 per trip. And when I include going out maybe once or twice a week to eat, my total for food is coming out to be crazy. It's over $1,000. And I know it wasn't like that growing up. You know, it's gotten out of hand. But people are walking around like nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. Everything's dandy. But it won't be long before people are going to have to decide whether to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, or feed their families. And of course, people are going to choose to feed their families. And so, who knows what's going to happen. But I was at the mall the other day, and it was pretty packed. But there wasn't really that many people holding bags. It was just people hanging around window shopping, which doesn't mean squat. It just means people want to get out of their houses and hang around, maybe eat at the food court. And that the food court was popping, of course. But we're going to have to wait and see. I foresee a lot more shoplifting, a lot of stores going out of business because of that. And there's going to be a lot of break-ins, a lot of cars being stolen, a lot of parts being stolen, wheels, catalytic converters, which is already happening, but it's going to, like, you know, more and more people are going to want to do it because they have no other way. More and more people are going to turn to scamming and stealing and all that stuff because things have gotten so expensive.
Yeah, so things have gotten so expensive, okay? People are working long hours for bullshit pay, okay, which is a lyric in the song there. Let me not be accused of plagiarism, right? But yeah, that's happening because inflation has increased significantly ever since Biden has took office, okay? And some of that, a lot of that, in my opinion, is on the Biden administration and Democrats because they decided to have another stimulus package even though we didn't need it. Okay, all indications from the major banks in the beginning of 2021 indicated that the 2021 economy would be hot, right? It would be a good economy. We did not need another stimulus package. However, they wanted another stimulus package and they kept continuing to push lockdowns, and the feds were slow to raise interest rates in response to the fact that we were spending trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars and we had record low interest rates. And ultimately, that cost us in the long term with inflation. Now, again, yes, Republicans were part of that because they did spend trillions of dollars during the last year of Trump administration. But at the same time, I think a vast majority of the reason why we have the inflation that we do is because of what happened when the Democrats took office. We just quite simply didn't need that last stimulus package. But they decided to do it anyways, not out of necessity, but because they wanted votes. And I believe in my mind that that is the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, I really do believe that. Okay, that should not have happened. We should not have had that last stimulus package. Okay, Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act apparently has contributed to inflation as well too. Again, Bidenomics. Okay, Bidenomics is, again, I think primarily the reason why we're in this situation. So to say that it's not political, I just don't agree with it. And I understand what he's trying to do here. He's trying to basically take himself out of the political food fight, okay? Because what's happening is that you have conservatives embracing this song, not even for partisan politics purposes, even though factually speaking, again, this is Joe Biden's economy. So again, a lot of what he's complaining about is Joe Biden's economy. You can argue Republicans have contributed to it as well too, but again, it is Joe Biden's economy. But it's mainly being used for unity, right? To say, hey, we need to have working class unity in this country and understand that as the working class, okay, regardless of our political affiliation, this is what we're going through. And this song resonates with us because we feel like it represents us, okay? And when we say us, we don't necessarily mean conservatives. We just mean working class people, okay? This is how most conservatives have interpreted the song. Okay, it's not one of those things, oh, this is the conservative anthem. No, right? That's not what conservatives are saying. No conservatives are saying that this is a conservative anthem. It's always been, this is the working class anthem. It is deeper than left versus right. Now, I would argue that the left has actually made it partisan in the sense that they don't like the fact that conservatives like it. So now they've said that, well, it's a conservative thing, right? It's a conservative thing. When typically the left would, again, they would be endorsing a song like this too, but my gut feeling is that because this person is, white, right, and conservatives like him, that liberals are like, we're going to try to, find a way to smear it. Okay, I did a whole video about it. Okay, you had mainly liberals were the ones that were smearing this song. So I understand where he's coming from. Okay, I think Fox News, right, it is funny seeing the elites, Fox News, plus the Republicans on stage pretend that this song is not about them, okay, that they're not a part of the problem. And then you got, conservative Republican politicians running around here, trying to play up the song for their own benefit as if, again, they resonate with that, right? Like they're working class people and they're not. They're rich, okay? But I just want to be clear here, okay? That also applies to Democrats as well too, okay? That applies to Democrats as well too. And again, you don't have to be partisan about it, okay? But hey, let's if you're gonna point the finger, right? Let's make sure we're pointing the finger at everybody. Again, I like the fact that he's not trying to be political. Okay, I understand that. I don't blame him. Okay, but I think that he has to be careful in regards to how he frames it, so that he's not, turning off the people who actually have supported him. Okay, because let's be real, conservatives have been the main reason why Mr. Anthony has achieved the fame that he's achieved. And I just think that he needs to be careful and not try to come off the wrong way in regards to attempting to disassociate himself with Republican politicians, which again has led to the left now basically using this. And what he's saying is him saying, oh, well, Oliver Anthony has come out here and said that he doesn't associate with conservatives, right? He's not a conservative. And you got all these conservatives supporting him. Okay, so the liberal media is going to try to spin this in a way as if this guy is attacking conservatives or conservative working class people, which I don't think that he is. Okay, I think that he's focused on the Republican politicians. I guess my word of advice is just to, make sure that, it's clear that, hey, I'm just talking about the politicians, right? Working class people, whether you're left, right, or whatever. And I truly do believe that that is what he believes. Okay, I don't think he's actually attacking conservatives, and I don't disagree with him when it comes to him, having issues with the fact that Fox News and the Republican politicians on stage don't seem to be aware that the song is about them, that they are a part of the problem. Even though, again, this is Joe Biden's economy, they have contributed to the problem as well, too. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.